Hi everybody, hi everybody. It is me, Just Be Audrey Elaine. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, Just Be Audrey Elaine, and hit that bell so you can get the notifications of when I come on. I'm going to kind of just stay in what I was sharing yesterday with you guys about the appointed time. And man, does God see fit of when He does things and when He's going to do them. Because I tell you guys, I was struggling a little bit with this and couldn't quite get it, but open to learn everything about what it is. So today, when I was at work, I ran into someone who, out of the blue, this this person just spoke life into me, without him even thinking he possibly did it, and it was amazing because when he told me what he does, I just was like, oh wow, that connection was like really something, and it just brought me back into the appointed time when God sees fit. He brings people into your life, and he moves things, out of your life and place things in them. And I was just, taken back by this because we exchanged information, and it's gonna. I can't wait to kind of see what comes to the front for God in this, because it's just amazing when you know things like this happen. Put it like that. um, so I wanted to just get on and just touch base with you guys, because I say you definitely have to make sure you be consistent, and I wanted to make sure I got on with you guys, and just basically it helps with getting a lot out of me. I love the fact that, like, why I do this is because it's like therapy for me to just get up and get on and share out, because things come to me and I'll be like, man, this can't be, you know, just something that I let, lay dormant. I have to get up and speak on it, because, like, why would God place this in me for me not to speak out on it? And, so it's weird because I was like, maybe I don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over again, but for some odd reason, I did not get the okay to move on from the appointed time, because I'm sitting there like, well, maybe I said it all yesterday. Why do I have to kind of say something again? And it just was like, I couldn't get over it. Everything just kept coming back to the appointed time. Now, I'm going to get to you why I keep mentioning it. Because I have found notes. I always write notes down. It's so weird. From, I want to say, I'm looking at this postage on the mail because it's on a letter. And I believe this is from 2018. So this is crazy, But one of the things that stuck out, I don't know the actual year because I'm looking for it, but it's some time. And one of the things that stuck out on the letter that made me just say, like, okay, I'm going to stay on a appointed time, because you have brought this up in what's going on with me trying to make sure I connect and know that it's you talking with me, because God, when you have a relationship with Him, um, the way that He gets your attention isn't always what people may think, or even what you may think. Let's talk about us. What we may think. Um, it's not always in the stillness and the quietness. Um, it this me finding this literally, I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't even looking for anything. I was literally going over to my end table on the side of my bed to move something um, that this was like nowhere near. And it's been sitting there for a couple of days, but I haven't been paying this envelope any attention. And what stuck out to me was this right here that I'm going to read to you guys. Excuse me. It's like three things on here. Well, actually, it's a lot. But, where is it? Because there's a lot on here, but this one particular thing is what stuck out to me in the midst of it. Now, mind you, there's a lot of things on here, but out of all of it, this one is that you can be chosen but not yet called. You can be gifted but unseen. Be okay with it because God is doing something. Suddenly, His works will unlock you. And I actually wrote me because I write a lot of stuff to myself. You know, whenever I seem to write things down, I always write Audrey Lane, trust God, or Audrey Lane, you are, moving forward. Anything, I just always literally start with writing who I am because I go back and I read the things, like I'm doing now sometime later. And it was just amazing to find this. And after that, I wrote also, I served when nobody but God knew who I was. Amen. Like, it, 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 it was weird because a lot of the times, like I told you guys, I felt like unseen for a while. Like, who, who, we want to go off of being seen. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we don't necessarily have to be seen. When God wants us, one, He sees us. He sees us. So we don't need to go off of nobody else's, approval for us or someone else seeing us. It's literally, I want to be seen by Him. I want Him and I to have a connection. And it was just weird, you know, reading all of this stuff because it just makes me like, God, the appropriate time of when you want someone to notice you bring things right on up to the front. You bring it right on up. And now I'm trying to keep this and study this because I have a couple more questions that I would like to ask God and talk with Him about it. Because I wrote this for a reason. Now I need to know, because it has been some time, God, what do we do? What do I do? I'm going to sit and wait for you to tell me what needs to be done, because I wrote this, but where was my mind when I wrote it? What was I, doing? Can you refresh me with it? Can you refresh my mind with this? Because I wrote it for a reason, and yes, it is a lot of notes here for me, but I don't want to just grab what is written. I really would like to know where was my mindset, because He had me write it down. But what was going on? Why did you need me to write this down? Did you need me to write this down, or was this me that just wanted to write it down? So I want to make sure that, you know, it was a genuine encounter with God, that I was being obedient and telling Him to write, and Him telling me to write this down, because He would bring it at the appropriate time when it was needed for me to grasp exactly what, He needs me to do. So I want, to know more. I want to, this is one thing about learning myself. You know, what what was the purpose of this, Audrey Lane? Why did you write this? You know, what was this meant to do for you? And I can't wait till he reveals it to me. I just asked him this morning, God, reveal me to me. I used to be scared of that because when he did it the first time, I was like, oh my goodness. And it's like, he's still doing it. But I'm no longer scared to ask him for stuff. I want correction. I want for for me to get down to the bottom of what was, you know, holding me captive. You know, why did I allow things to be a hinder? And most importantly, why did I hinder myself? Why didn't I, you know, speak up for myself, or not handle, you know, a situation the wrong way? Like, I was reading a memory that I had posted on Facebook, and about um, this girl right here is so gorgeous and beautiful, and it was about me because I was like talking about me, and it just made me think that, oh my goodness, you were so selfish and so self-centered and just nasty, because some people can look like, oh yeah, you're applauding yourself and applauding yourself and you're speaking life into yourself. But I knew then that my mindset then was not like how it is now. I was, you know, insecure. I had a lot of like different things running around in my head, and I don't want to blame anyone for that, but my situation was really kind of crazy then. And this post was from about 6 years ago, so it was crazy. I mean, all I could do is say that was nasty. Like, you know, I thank goodness that I can see certain behaviors and be like, oh God, help me with this. Help me, because I do like the fact that it was brought up at the appropriate time for me to actually be willing to deal with it. Like, wow, I do love myself, but I don't love myself with that kind of intent, because I know that behavior then was, I was going through a lot within my marriage, a lot, because there's been some years it didn't happen overnight for my marriage, not at all. I mean, what actually took place about why me and my husband are really getting divorced, it didn't really shock me. You know, it didn't shock me because um, there's been things that have been coming up that I kind of just like put to the side, or, you know, didn't really want to deal with, or yelled for it, and yelled at it, and, well, not at it, but, you know, treated my husband and my children bad, because instead of me just having a conversation, it was like, man, let me just fall into this, and fall, and not deal with the issues, because I just felt like every time I did kind of go want to talk, it wasn't being dealt with in an appropriate way. And then it was where I felt belittled in a lot, because it was always, there's something wrong with you, or you know, um, you don't, you make things so complicated. And so I would mask not dealing with this stuff, and really, really, you know, asking God for help. I mean, I literally, after my mom passed, I kind of shut God out. And I would say this, that it was kind of, you know, where I, and this is going to be weird to say, but it was like something that possibly needed to be done. So God can say, okay, now I need you to know that it's not your mother's coattail that you get to see me and get to heaven on. You know, I need you to focus and build a relationship, because that cutoff period for him, he was still there. Trust me, I knew it. Him and I still had like this relationship. But trust me, I was running, because it was times where I knew he was around, but it was like, you know how you think you can hide from somebody that they won't see your stuff? You can't do it with him. It just doesn't work. And I love the fact that, you know, he showed me things of how I can do better and how I can get better. And I love the fact that, more importantly, it took the willingness for me to really be like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like who I have become. And I don't like that I put myself down and allow other people, because it's like, I'm not going to talk bad about my husband. You know, I truly believe that, why do that? That doesn't show, you know, uh, um, it doesn't build me up. You know, I don't want that nasty thinking and all of that kind of stuff. You know, he is who he is, and you know, I have to just be like, you know what, it is what it is. You know, I truly do look at it like, our divorce is really, I say it's the blessed thing ever for me. I love the fact that I am getting divorced. I don't know how many people can actually say it. I want to learn within it. That's why I had put out that, you know, if anyone else is going through this at this moment, you know, let's sit and talk positive. Let's sit and talk in purpose. Let's sit and talk and help one another. I don't want pity. I don't want a pity party. I'm no victim here. I'm not looking at it, and I don't want, if you going through this, not for you to not look at yourself as a victim. I truly look at the fact that, man, man, I thank goodness for this, because I am finding out who Audrey Lane is, and it's amazing. Like, I have a voice. I never forget. Um, I want to say, so we did Pentecost Sunday, which was May 23rd. Possibly the week before, I remember, you know, being up at the altar praying and having a moment beyond a moment. And I look up and I see one of my pastor's nieces. And I remember just saying to her, I am somebody. I am seen. Like, I am, you know, I have a voice. And her look at me was just a confirmation, not a pity look, like a look of, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I I know her name, but I don't say people names on here. But she would never know how much her eyes, and I truly believe that was really meant for her to be there for it, because there was a lot of other things going on, but she was the face that I seen when I came up, because I was talking to God. But when I came out of it, I seen her face, and it just, her and our eyes locked. And it was just amazing, because it helped me realize some things about unchannel, unlock the stuff that you've been holding on to. Find your voice. And then a week went by, and then we did Pentecost Sunday, which was amazing for me, because I have really, these last couple of weeks, been finding peace and been having breakthroughs. Excuse me, God. Oh, no, I gotta get my hand sanitizer. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. And just loving it, because I didn't know what peace was. I mean, I really didn't. And to have it this is just a tip of it, because I was all over the place. And to have it was just amazing, because I feel at peace where it's not just what's going on within my marriage. I'm at peace with a lot of things that has just transpired. You know, if you really ask me what is going on, or what was going on with me, what was going on with me, and I'm still struggling a little bit in it, because it's a struggle every day. It's not all about my marriage. You know, I wouldn't say it does have a part to do with it, but it's not all about that. It's you know, just life has been really kind of, it's been life, and instead of me dealing with issues, I will kind of find other ways, or see if someone else can deal with it. And no one can deal with your issues. No one can deal with you. You know, you have to deal with yourself. You have to find like a peace. You have to literally take it to God, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen right away. But if I look back now, I can see where just turning it over to Him truly changed a lot. And when I mean truly turning it over to Him, truly turning it over to Him has made the difference. You know, I see things a lot better than what I did before. And I love the fact that I actually do therapy now, and it helps me a lot. I get on here and I get to voice out and talk, and um, it, it's just amazing to just, when you start finding who you are, it is wonderful. And the best way to find who you are is to sit with God, because He will reveal you to you. And then the next thing that I felt like I had to do is be of service, to go out there and help others, because that helping others used to be where I would get distracted off of my life and everything. But now I look at it like, you can help others and it will still help you. Be open and honest with people. Be open and honest with yourself. And it will touch people. When people ask me how I'm doing, I do tell them exactly how I'm doing. And some days I am doing wonderful. Some moments in the days I'm doing, bad or wonderful. I can honestly say now that I'm speaking the truth on it, instead of just I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, but literally in the voice inside my head that wanted to just scream out and just open up will be like, no, I'm not. I need help. This is what's going on with me. I'm bad. I am having an issue, or you know, somebody come and tell me what to do. And now when people ask me, I feel so comfortable with telling them, like, hey, I have this going on right now. You know, now I don't go run tell everybody. I tell people who I know can help me. But when anybody asks me how I'm doing, I can truthfully say how I'm doing. But when it comes to getting information that can help me, I do listen to God where He tell me, okay, now this person can be the one. Because the guy who helped me today, him and I talk often, but we literally talk about, you know, business and stuff that goes on within my store. And it's not my store, it's a store that I work at. And today it was just totally different. Him and I just connected, because I heard God was like, okay, talk with him. And the information that he shared with me was just amazing. And it was just it was just amazing, because you just never know how you can, you know, click with someone about, what's truly going on. And then again, it goes at the appropriate time. God will see fit at the appropriate time, and also the appropriate time of when He's going to shift you into a different arena, into a different atmosphere, into a different position, into a difference of anything that He sees fit. So it was just wonderful for me today. I so am grateful for a lot of things. I'm so grateful for the fact that I can be open and genuine with people. I got into a little bit of a conflict today, and it didn't like make me shrink. It didn't make me want to, get all aggressive either. It didn't make me um, wanna, let me go run and tell somebody what this person did. No, you know, I do believe that some conversations, now it wasn't a nasty one at all, but I feel like when I had to stand up and speak out for, myself and others, I will do it. And the person wasn't even, once we talked, wasn't even, necessarily offended. It was more so, um, once we were able to really get down to the bottom of it, you know, talked about it, talked about the issues, dealt with them, and then went on about the day, busting it up, you know, or the rest of the day, busting it up. And it, it was fine because also, I guess it didn't allow them to have anything in their head about what they probably thought I was thinking, and the same thing for me. Something in my head where I probably was thinking what they were thinking. But once we were able to talk, it was just, wonderful because we have to be willing to be corrected. And that goes for, you know, where I had to be corrected. And because it wasn't even a misunderstanding, it was more so, uh, well, yeah, misunderstanding, because that's when they may be thinking one thing, I'm thinking something else, when it totally was. We were thinking the same exact thing, it's just how we worded everything. So, yeah, and I just love the fact that I'm willing to grow. Well, yeah, I'm lying a little bit in there. It was a little bit of a, yeah, disagreement. But I like the fact that correction can be put in and you learn from it. You don't have to like run or hide from it, or get mean or nasty, or want to be angry. It wasn't something that needed to be like that at all. And it just was good. It was good. I love the fact that now I see things of, man, I gotta make sure that I change attitudes. Like, I can ask God all day long to change me, but if I don't do the work, you know, what am I asking Him for? Because He will change me. I do know that. However, I still have to put the work and everything in for it. You know, I can tell there's a difference in me anytime I am open to even have uncomfortable conversations, because before it wasn't like that for me. I wouldn't have these conversations, and that was something crazy for me, because I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have it. So that that is wonderful that I can honestly do that, man. So when I say the appropriate time, it, I so want to get more of this appropriate time down. And I know I don't have to see how this goes. No, I don't have to see. It literally, when I go upstairs tonight, I'm going to ask God in our conversation, what do I do? What do I do? Because I feel like, you know, I feel soft and settled. So I don't know if that's him saying, okay, you got everything out I needed you to say, or is it soft and settled in me because there's still where he wants me to digest more in, to put more out. Yeah, I don't know. I think it may be a way I have to, digest more in. I have to get more of it in me so that I can put it out. I love the fact that I just get this this hint word like this. Sometimes it's really really soft and settled, and then sometimes it's like a shake for me. But I really have to make sure I'm paying attention to it because oh man, at the appropriate time, I need more on this. I need more instruction on this. I definitely do. I need more instruction on this because I want to make sure that I am doing what he needs me to do. Man, mm, yeah, Jesus. So I'm just going to make sure that I have more in me for him. It has to be more. I'm feeling like it's still a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to, man, we're going to have to meet tonight to see what is going on because I don't, I don't know these kind of feelings and everything because I'm getting new with our relationship. You know, like it's like when you dating somebody and everything, and you in that new relationship. I you know, have to, for me, make sure that I am corresponding with him and I am having these conversations with him and listening, and not just to the things to you know I want to take in, but listening to what he is actually saying and what he needs me to actually digest, what I need to take in. Oh God, this one, guys, is I will say it's a little rough for me. You know, and it's a little rough for me. I gotta get some more learning on this one. This subject, like, ugh. And then I want to make sure I'm not making a big. I don't think I'm making a big deal out of it because usually, like I say, I pray every time before I come on, and I was I really in my head was like, oh, I'm gonna move on to something else, but I didn't have anything. God was telling me to stay exactly where I was on at the appropriate time. So I did get this one thing at the appropriate time of I have more that I need you to do for where I am taking you. And that was where, but that wasn't where I wanted to just stay on. And like I said, I don't want to stay on the good and great things of that. I really want to learn everything because I want exactly what he's saying to me. I want to be able to make sure I am equipped to carry out, to utilize what it is he needs me to do. Utilize all the tools and everything, because it's not about me, it's about him. So I always make sure that I tell myself to follow instructions. To follow instructions and don't rebel. Don't fight against it. You know. I mean, I thank goodness that I get on here a lot and I just talk with myself about it. I guess this is the form of me writing notes and stuff down. But maybe I need to watch these videos to see, to help me. Because I normally don't come back on to watch them. I'm trying to get better, guys, with that. In case you guys comment or me help, because I'm asking you guys to comment and put stuff in it. So I need to start coming back on. But not only just for when you guys comment on stuff, but especially now with me trying to learn, I had to write these notes down so I can start, if there's a question that I need to ask God, I can watch it within here to ask Him. Mm, okay. Jesus help me. Man, I really need to break down on this of what I wrote. I really need Him to break this down to me. God, I need you to break this down to me. Because there's a couple things on here. I know. Oh, I know where I got this from. Oh, wow. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. I thank goodness for hand sanitizer. But, yeah. Oh, wow. Another thing on here I wrote was I will not take credit for something God did by changing my life. Yeah. God. This, whew. Yeah, I want to say this was every bit about 2018. Yeah, 2018. Because now that I'm reading one of these things, it was a sermon that I watched. And I started taking notes off of it. So it's just funny how God is revealing some of the stuff to me now. But I still want to, you know, take it in, because now I can go back and watch this sermon again, and then hopefully everything come up. Man, I love the fact that I get to come on here and be myself and talk with you guys. I mm, yeah, I today was a little bit different for me than my normal videos, guys. I mean, one, I just like the fact that I get on here and just be Audrey Lane. So I'm not trying to. I mean, I will speak life into everyone I speak. I try to speak life into myself. But even with how my body and everything is feeling, I just feel calm today. Mm. I like that I get on here and be myself. But today, I'm kind of puzzled by this at the appropriate time. Yeah, yeah, at the appropriate time. I'm about to start something new in your life. I'm about to start something new in your life. Yeah. Well, I thank you guys so much for getting on. Thank you so much for subscribing to Just Speak Audrey Lane. You know, I don't even know sometimes where to point because I don't know where the subscription button is and everything. But you guys make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get on out there on this journey, with one another. So you guys have a good evening. I thank you so much for getting on. You guys have a good, purposeful day tomorrow. Keep in mind that, you know, you are something amazing, something wonderful, something brilliant. You know, don't don't ever forget that. And I'm saying that to you guys now because even with myself and all of this, it's a reminder I have to say. Remember, I told you guys I put up like little notes around the house of, just speaking life into myself. And I have to do that to remind myself I am brilliant, I am wonderful, I am awesome, I am destined for greatness. You know, I am going, a challenge, going through the challenges so that God is bringing the champion out of me. So, yeah, I thank you guys so much. I'm going to get it together for bed because I am, a little bit, under the weather, but I feel great and amazing within the same time because, you know, why should I be down? I shouldn't be down. It's a part of life. We get like little sickness, it goes away, and then we keep on pushing and going. I'm not gonna let it have me down. So you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Yep, here we go. I love you. I love myself. And more importantly, I love God. So thank you, Jesus. Y'all all have a great evening. Bye now.